Hey, this is Terry with TLP coming to you with the starting line teachings, and this is teaching number 8. I want to talk to you today about powerful people. I got some basic tips from powerful people. Powerful people are successful people, and I just want to share a few basic tips that are going to help you stay on mission. Are you ready? Life does not happen to powerful people. Powerful people are happening. They are happening all the time. They're not controlled by the environment. They're not infected by their environment. Powerful people refuse to play the victim by shifting responsibility of their choices to others. So let's start with number 1. Powerful people know where they're going. Powerful people know where they're going. So they have a mission, they have a vision for their life, and they know where they're going, and they have a plan to get there. So that's the first tip. Got to have a plan. That is from a powerful person. I didn't even say that right. Let me try that again. Powerful people have a plan. Number 2, they make daily decisions that align with their vision. They don't simply react to what's happening today. They're able to take responsibility for all of their decisions and the consequences for those decisions, even the mistakes, even the failures. They can respond today and create tomorrow. Are you with me? They respond today and create tomorrow. It's kind of like I tell people when they're eating, today's eating is tomorrow's health. And that's what powerful people do. They have a vision, a mission, as I said before, for their life. Whether positive or negative things are happening, they direct themselves towards that mission. Number 3, powerful people refuse to be a victim. They take absolute responsibility for their lives. They do not redefine success or redefine normal. They believe that change is possible. They will not be controlled, and they will not control others. That's a good one, Terry. They believe that they have a destiny, and it's theirs to attain. In other words, they are working towards it. It just doesn't happen for them. And they will gladly receive it when it comes. They believe that they are the ones that work to possess their destiny, and they aren't looking for anyone else to give it to them. If they see a victim mindset or realize they have a victim mindset in themselves, they repent or they change their mind. They have strong boundaries, and they don't let anybody intrude on their boundaries. I'm going to say that one more time. Powerful people refuse to be victims, and people who are powerful do not let anybody intrude on their boundaries. You could stop and just think about that one for a second. That would be a good one to think about. Powerful people have strong core values. And the last thing I want to say about not being a victim is they have joy that's contagious. When they walk into a room, when you are walking in a dominion mindset, if I can use that word, not dominating mindset, but a dominion mindset, when you walk into the room, you change the atmosphere. And joy is brought by you. You see, because that's the opposite of being someone's victim, is walking in complete dominion. And now your presence changes everything. That's a good one. All right, number 4. Powerful people don't need validation to continue on. In other words, they don't need to make it happen in order to think they can make it happen. They can take the growth mindset, right? So they can think, wow, that didn't work out, but I'm just going to use that to grow. A lot of people, they need to make the basketball before they think they can make the basketball in the hoop. Are you with me? And I was just taught this recently. There's a fantastic concept that I've really grabbed onto, that you and I, we don't need to succeed before we can think that we'll succeed. You can think about that one too. Powerful people, they rise early and get centered before work. Now, if you read anything from very successful people, all of them do this. They rise up early in the morning. How early? Depends when they need to be at work. I know a guy I'm acquainted with. He rolls in the office at about 8 o'clock. You think, well, that's not too early. He's up at 4. He's had 4 hours of life before he gets to the office. He gets to the gym, he showers, he has personal development, he maybe prays or meditates or reads the Bible or reads an inspiring book. He does something, and then he has breakfast with his family and so on and so forth, and gets his day ready so when he gets to the office, man, he is full and ready to go. So, powerful people, next, is powerful people hang out with powerful people and successful people. They know that they will be like who they hang around. And they know that other people can drag them down. And this isn't very nice to say, but you've got to get away from people who are dragging you down. That can't be your friendship group. You see, I'm not saying that we need to be around people who are just like us or who are at our place or higher. Otherwise, the people who have attained a whole other level, they won't want us around. So you can bring people up, but they have to want to be brought up. If their main thing is bringing you down to their level, I hate to say it, but you got to cut them loose. They can't be in your friendship. They can be in your ministry, but they can't be in your friendship group, because powerful people hang around other people who are powerful. They get rid of, in agriculture, it's called getting rid of the sucker branches, those low branches that produce no fruit, that are taking nutrition, right? Next, powerful people don't have business or monetary success as number one. Like, wait a second. All these successful people, they are totally, into business. That's their number one. Then they're not successful. Because all of those people that are business successful people, and that's all they focus on, they have regrets. They have regrets over the past marriages. They have regrets over their children and not being there for them. They have regrets in a lot of other areas of life. I've read some things from CEOs saying, my biggest regret, I wasn't there to see my children being raised. Right? Because we're building a business. Now, you're a multi-millionaire. You can go anywhere, buy anything basically you want. But your kids, that you can never get that back. So they aren't absorbed, powerful people aren't absorbed with this world and what it has to offer. They love their family. They make time for their family because family is part of their mission. I'm just letting that sit for a second. Family is part of their mission. They make time for friendships. They help other people become powerful and successful because it's not just all about them. And they love and relate to God. I'm throwing that in there unashamedly. Powerful people relate to God and they have relationship with God. He is their foundation and He is their reason. Next, powerful people have an unwavering belief that they can accomplish the things they need to accomplish. They believe they can do it. They believe they have what it takes. Back in the Garden of Eden, back in Genesis, God said, be fruitful, increase in number, fill the earth, subdue it, rule over the fish of the sea, birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. So He told them to flourish, to have offspring. They told them to increase, to have a lot of offspring. They told him to fill the earth, have a ton of offspring. That's what we did. I'm just saying. Okay, but the reality is there are tons of offspring would have tons of offspring and they would fill the earth. They weren't going to do it all themselves. They were going to raise up other people who were going to fulfill that call by God. Now, here's the thing. Did they have the ability to do that? Did Adam and Eve have the ability to do what God was telling them to do? Well, of course. It would be ludicrous for God to ask them to do something that they couldn't do. Did He give them the desire to do so? Well, of course. He gives us the desire. It doesn't mean, sometimes we don't like it. It just means that we have the ability and desire when God calls us to something. He gives it to us. Powerful people know this. Powerful people have a positivity of life, and outcome, a positivity of outcome, and that propels them. You've been around these people. I just want to be like them. I got this friend, Brian Griffith. Oh my goodness sakes, just being around the guy. I golfed with him the other day and I thought, man, I'm going to be a better golfer today. I don't think I was, but I thought I'm going to have a good golf day. Just being around this guy, he exudes positivity. Powerful people see possibilities in the face of difficulties. I'm going to say that again. Powerful people see possibilities in the face of difficulties. It doesn't shrink them. It actually emboldens them. And they're like, okay, we can not only get through this, we can actually triumph and make something great out of this. Powerful people, they make the most of their time. This is the last one I'm going to share with you. Powerful people make the most of their time. They're not time wasters. Yeah, sure, they have downtime. They might watch a show or a movie or just sit and enjoy the sunset. They planned on doing that. I'm not saying they planned it last week, but they planned that type of thing in their life. They're not big time wasters. Powerful people, they're not on social media an hour or two a day. Set your little device and see how many hours you're on social media. You can go in there and do that. You can find out. Powerful people aren't on there. Successful people aren't on there because that's not their mission to be on social media unless they're in the social media business or something like that. They're not on it. They don't waste time. And another thing they don't do as far as wasting time is they don't do all the small little jobs that are easy first. Powerful people come into the office or wherever they're going, come to home, and they tackle the big job. Brian Tracy calls it eating the big frog first. So they eat the big frog. They get that thing done that's going to be the hardest thing that they really need to conquer in the day. They don't save it for later. They go after it first. Isaiah, I'm going to end with this. Isaiah 30:21. 30:21. Whether you turn to the left, whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way. Walk in it." The most powerful people in the world, they do this. They listen to God. They listen to God. Jesus said, hey, my sheep know my voice. They know how to listen for me. And what I'm saying is the most powerful people listen to God and they go with him. Since he knows everything, it's only smart to go with God. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you to take those tips, apply them to your life. Hopefully you're getting through the workbook really well. You're being challenged. You're gaining great self-awareness and being really honest with yourself. And you're beginning to plan out what the rest of your life is going to look like. This is so, so good. I hope you've enjoyed this. We got one more. We got one more next week. I'm going to talk about mission drift. Well, this is Terry with PT. You can cut that out. This is Terry with Total Life Pursuit, Starting Line Manual Teachings. Hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time.